This is, I've got some posts that were used for bollards for a racking system in a local industry, and they were throwing them out. So one of the guys that I had worked with was working there, called me up and told me about it, so I picked them up. What I'm doing is I'm going to cut off 4 of them and use them for the legs of a welding table. I'm going to put casters on the bottom of it so that I can move the welding table around. The welding table is going to be 4 by 6 feet, and then I'm going to put casters on it so that I can move it around and switch it from place to place in case I need the space for something else. Bring it back later with more work on it. Went out yesterday and bought some tube steel for the runners on the welding table. This is 4-inch tube steel. It's going to go at the top. Plate will lay on that and on the legs. Bought some 2-inch tube steel for the bottom of it that I can put a little shelf down below it. Weld the 2-inch tube steel to the legs and then just run expanded metal across it to build a shelf out of. Let me bring it back here. This is that cut I just made. What I wanted to show you was the way this thing is set up right now. I've got some junk in the corner of the shop, those old bollards that came off that racking system. I'm going to be using 4 of them for the legs. I've got one cut right there. But the way it's set up right now, I had to kind of cut this thing in the middle because of the mill. Well, I guess I could have pulled it out, I guess, away from the mill with the saw, but kind of saw was there, so that's where I cut it. Another bonehead moment for me. But anyways, I cut it in the middle, and then I'll just cut the sections out, 3 sections out of that section, or that piece over there, and then another one out of this one. I'm sorry, 2 sections out of that one, and then I'll have some of this left over to make up the runners for the inside. I'll bring you back. These are going to be the posts for the legs for the welding table. Clean the paint off just so that get the welds in there. Bring it back. Here's a weld. Couple of the welds that I made. I have actually, before these welds, had never MIG welded before. I had arc welded and TIG welded, never MIG welded. So first experience with it, kind of like it. I pulled a bozo move on one of the welds and had forgot to turn the gas on. Actually got a weld out of the thing. Looks like shit, but I'll bring you back at some point in time and show that to you when I get the thing on the other side. I've got to tip this thing over. It's coming along. I'm gonna weld the other ones up. Got to cover a couple of more legs for it out of the old stanchions, and then get it welded up. Gonna flip it upside down, and my plan is to put casters. That's kind of the elevation. I figured the casters like that are on the gantry crane, I'm gonna put on the bottom of the welding table so that it's movable, so that I can move it around in case I need to get into the overhead door or bring something in to weld it. I can move the welding table right out of the way. So bring you back. We're back. Gonna do a little welding. Got one of the legs sitting on the floor. One of the cross or the main support tubes just sitting up on it. I kind of squared it up with the leg. Got a piece of wire in it to hold it square, as you can see right there. Love the smell of argon. really can't see. Take a look at it. I'll pull the camera up and we'll get a close-up of that weld. I think the way it sounded didn't sound right. I think I had the stick out too far. But let me shut the camera off and I'll bring you in closer. And here's that weld close up. It really doesn't appear to be that bad. Maybe a little porosity there at the end, but it could have been that paint. I was getting some burning off of that paint, so maybe that was what caused it. But I gotta clean my technique up on MIG. Not that I've actually done it before, but clean it up as I learn.